The most dangerous computer Apple has ever made doesn't cost $6,000. It doesn't come with a massive screen or a glowing logo on a tower. It's a tiny silver box that fits in the palm of your hand. For years, the Mac Mini was the budget choice, the entry-level machine for people who couldn't afford a Pro. But something shifted when Apple Silicon arrived. And right now, as we move into the era of the M5, the Mac Mini is no longer just a good deal. It is becoming a silicon monster that threatens the sales of Apple's most expensive machines. We are standing at the edge of the M5 Mac Mini launch, and if the latest benchmarks from the N3P production lines are even close to accurate, the desktop landscape is about to be permanently altered. Why is there so much hype around the M5? Because we are finally moving past the efficiency era and into the intelligence era. The M4 was a massive leap, but the M5 is the first chip designed from the ground up to handle the heavy lifting of localized, large-scale AI. We're talking about a 3-nanometer architecture, specifically TSMC's third-generation N3P process, that squeezes even more transistors into that tiny frame. But here is the hook. The Mac Mini M5 isn't just getting a faster CPU. It's getting a neural accelerator inside every single GPU core. This is a game changer. It means that while you're editing video or rendering a 3D model, the chip is simultaneously processing AI tasks with 4 times the peak compute power of the M4. Imagine a Mac Mini that doesn't just run your apps, but anticipates your next move. This is why the RAM configuration is the most talked about leak of 2026. For a decade, we fought for 16 gigabytes. Apple finally gave in with the M4. But with the M5, the floor is shifting again. To run the advanced Apple Intelligence models locally without hitting the cloud, the M5 Mac Mini is rumored to start with a baseline that makes the old models look like calculators. We are looking at a machine that could theoretically support up to 64 gigabytes of unified memory in the Pro version, all while maintaining that tiny, shrunken footprint we saw with the M4 redesign. But let's talk about the design for a second. Apple just gave us the miniature redesign with the M4, shrinking the box to a fraction of its original size and moving the ports to the front. Don't expect a new shape for the M5. Instead, expect a thermal revolution. The M5 chip is significantly more efficient, but it also generates intense heat spikes during AI workloads. The M5 Mac Mini is expected to feature a redesigned vapor chamber cooling system. This is the secret sauce. It allows a computer this small to maintain turbo speeds for hours without sounding like a jet engine. For creators in the US, the YouTubers, the coders, the data scientists, this silent power is the ultimate luxury. Now let's look at the ports. This is where Apple separates the enthusiasts from the professionals. The base M5 Mac Mini will likely stick with Thunderbolt 4, but the M5 Pro model? That's where the real magic happens. We are looking at Thunderbolt 5. We're talking about 120 gigabits per second of bandwidth. You could plug this tiny box into 3 6K Pro Display XDRs, and it wouldn't even flinch. It turns a budget desktop into a workstation that can rival a Mac Studio from just 2 years ago. This is the value trap.